I've done a video on talking about the payback period and how that can be factored into wealth building, but I want to talk about another concept that oftentimes gets overlooked, but can make a big difference in your ability to build and grow wealth. So let's talk about it. I was trying, how could I make this entertaining? Because, I checked out what other videos were out there on this, and most of them were like taught by, and I love economics, I have a minor in economics, but there are some of these videos that were like, oh man, no wonder why some people fall asleep during economics class. But the idea here is purchase power, as in money, and what can that money actually get you? Because I'm assuming most of my viewers are in the US, so we're just gonna use a US dollar and use that as a backbone here of the example. And what really I think a lot of people oftentimes overlook, and what you need to stop overlooking, especially if you're now in the mindset of, hey, I want to grow wealth, I want to take control of my finances, and I want to make progress forward in regards to those issues, then you need to understand that the US dollar is not equal. What do I mean by the US dollar, or I should say a US dollar is not equal? Well, it means that it depends. Well, geez, Clay, that really helped me out. It depends. What does that even mean? Well, what it depends on is going to be, I'm not an artist or else I'd sketch out the United States. So the United States we're going to use as a box, okay? And within this box, you have different areas. So let's change up the colors. And we'll do one more. And like I said, this is United States. And a dollar, let's just say, spent in this box is not going to be as valuable as a dollar spent in, let's say, that box. Well, why is that the case? Well, there is a concept called cost of living in economics. And all that really means is, what do you have to pay for stuff? What kind of stuff? Well, let's just take a very common example that if you're probably 15 or above can relate to. But think about gas. And with this day and age of technology, you can just, you can figure out a gas price or the average gas price anywhere in the country. And I would encourage you to start to look. Go look at the gas price per gallon, and let's say, Hawaii. Go look at it in California. Go look at the cost of gas in Missouri. And I bring up Missouri because I used to live in Kansas City, and it was amazing. Kansas City, Missouri is right on the border of, Kansas and then Missouri. And literally there's a line there called State Line Road. And on one side in Kansas, gas prices would always be at least like 10 cents higher than the side in the Missouri because there was a gas tax or something in Kansas that would automatically bump up the prices. So that in and of itself shows that, well, the dollar in Missouri is going to go further than the dollar in Kansas when it comes to buying gas, just because of, well, the cost of living, where you live. Geographics has a big determination on just what your dollar is actually worth. So like I said, the easiest way to kind of see how this is just start to compare Hawaii gas prices versus California versus Missouri. Let's throw in one more state. What would be probably a lower cost? And then check, Alabama, we'll say. And you're going to see, okay, if I live there, my dollar is not going to get me as much for gas as what I live somewhere else. So Clay, I kind of get all that. What's the point? Well, the point is this. If you are trying to build wealth, if you are trying to grow and take control of your finances, and I'm not opposed to fun, but you have to be, during this stage, you have to be very smart about your fun. And a way to be smart about your fun is, this is worthwhile, the big old question mark. And this is what I want you to consider. Where are you actually going to travel? If you have $100, ask yourself, where is that $100 going to get me the most for my money? I tell you right now, if you want to, you know what, family, let's go to New York City. That $100 will probably buy you like a hot dog, and that's about it. Or you could go to $100 and maybe go someplace a lot closer. Or maybe just go to a state where the cost is lower, and you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck than, depending on where you travel. So New York City, or, let's go to Los Angeles, California. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure those places are nice. I'm just talking about it from the cost of living, aka what is the purchasing power of that dollar. And it's not gonna take you as far. I mean, the best thing to do during this is just to try to, stay very local and, make that $100 go as far as possible. But, you gotta keep yourself sane. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to having fun when you're trying to grow wealth and things like that. But if you are trying to take control, you gotta keep this in mind, because a lot of people, their budgets, their wealth building goals spin out of control because they go places where their dollar just doesn't go that far, and then they got to pour in more dollars, and before they know it, they're spending all this money on this vacation or whatever, where they could have spent so much less and formed just the same amount of great memories had they gone someplace where their dollar went a bit further. So purchasing power, it is a very basic economic principle. But I get it, theories, definitions, okay, that is kind of boring. But in a very real sense, it does matter, and it can make a difference in the way you build wealth and the efficiency in which you build wealth. So yeah, purchasing power of a dollar, understand it depends on where you're at. It depends on what you're getting. So realize that before you go and kind of, just keep that in the back of your mind as you're putting together, whether it's a vacation or maybe trying to start up some sort of business. Just remember, a dollar is gonna vary depending on what you're doing with it and where you're looking to spend it. Thanks for watching the video. If you are interested in the top 10 links that I use on a daily basis to manage, to control, and to build my finances and to make them efficient as possible, then down below in the description, if you're watching this on YouTube, description, if you're watching this on moneywithclay.com, then just down below the video, you can click on the link and that'll take you to these links that I use on a daily basis that really allow me to work smarter and not harder.